Welcome back, guys, on my YouTube channel. Today I'm with the bike of dreams of many people, and it's the Rally Replica. This is the GasGas 450 Rally Replica. It's the same bike as the KTM Rally Replica and the Husqvarna. You buy this bike, you spend about 34,000 euros, and you think you have a ready to race bike and you just need to turn it on and go race. No, you have to add other accessories. It's not just out of the box ready to race, it's ready to ride. But I'm lucky because this is the bike of Pierpaolo Vivaldi, my billionaire friend, that was last year hired by me in the Yamaha team. He was the happiness manager. He would drive the big truck where the riders would sleep, where Paul Tarres and Alessandro Botturi. He just fell in love with Africa race, so this year he decided to enter and he's gonna race. Obviously, he wanted to go full factory and be the best looking rider on all the field. So here I'll explain to you today what accessories you need to add in order to race Africa race, Dakar, or any other international rally. On this side of the bike, which is the same vision that Pierpaolo will have during the race, so we had to add all the ERTF equipment. This is compulsory for all international rallies. So you have here a GPS that's given by the organization. Only at the start you can't buy it. It's where you will get all your waypoints marked. In order to make this GPS function, you need a specific bracket, but also the antennas that you see here around the GPS bracket and the sentinel. This is what buzz when you have behind like a car that catches you, or if someone crashed after a dune and there is some danger, this will beep. Other than this, the bike comes with the road book and with one trip master, with a normal wheel sensor cable trip master. These you have to add. These are the speedo caps. They're quite expensive, about 600 euros each, and these simply repeat the information you have here on the ERTF GPS. Also, when you are near the waypoint, depending on what type of waypoint, if you're in the radius of 1 kilometer, you have an arrow showing here. On the speedo cap, you get that same arrow up here. So really useful when you're doing international rallies. And also the trip master inside here auto calibrates itself when you reach a specific waypoint, so you don't have to adjust it with the switch. But speaking of switch, we couldn't go with the standard switch, so we had to change it and get the most expensive one out there. And here we have the RNS thumb switch that lets you command both the speedo caps and the trip master and make your roadbook go back and forward. This is a plug and play switch specifically for the Rally Replica, and it's exactly the same design that the factory team riders like Toby Price are using on their bike. So ergonomically is very nice, and it just plugs in the OEM electrical system of the bike. Whereas for here, we had to add some plugs that are behind here on the tower. The power connectors, the switch connectors, these particular connectors that no one has in stock, Rebel Exports has in stock. So if you own a Rally Replica, need those, you know who to contact. Then on the nav tower, you have down here the space for the E-Retrack, another safety equipment that you are required to put on your bike. This also is given you only at the start of the race, and this lets you have a connection directly with France and with a bivouac in case you have a crash, in case you have a mechanical failure. This is like a satellite phone where the organization can call you and you can speak to. But being positioned here in front, the new rules require that the buttons are accessible and also the screen. So we also had to add, other than the bracket, also the remote. So you need this remote in order to communicate. This E-Retrack also has antennas and a specific power cable. So all this is stuff you need to add when you buy your Rally Replica. Clearly, we had to make some bike graphics in order to protect the tanks and the paint on the tanks, because then if not, it's quite expensive to get them repainted. We decided to do something very simple because Pierpaolo wanted to really feel like a factory rider. So we got Daniel Sanders' bike and just replicated the scheme of colors and lines on that and added his sponsor logos, and here as main sponsor Vivaldi. We decided then to print them and have a matte lamination. Personally, I really like the matte lamination because it looks very nice in videos, in photos, and I think I simply prefer it to the gloss finish. Also on the frame, some carbon protectors have been added in order not to get the paint off, you know, because with your boot after a while and the sand, you can get the paint off the frame and then it's a bit a mess to get it repainted. Another small detail here, we put benzina and also in Arab so that when they put fuel they know this is a petrol bike. But now, just as you know, in all rally kits orders, this sticker is placed in the box with the Rebel Export, so it's a nice touch. And also the diesel one is in the box, so you can put it on your van and be sure they don't put the wrong fuel inside. Moving up, we have the seat. We kept the OEM seat, but we changed the seat cover with the factory rally seat cover by Rebel and Selle della Valle. This is a bit different from the OEM. The OEM is Alcantara, which means, for example, in Morocco, where it will be very cold and there will be a lot of humidity, the seat will stay wet on the Alcantara. This is a quick dry leather, so you just swipe your hand and it's immediately dry, even if it's pouring rain. So this makes it more comfortable for Pierpaolo on the long race and on long stages. Behind here, we have a layer of memory foam, so during the liaisons, he can sit back here and have a bit softer seat, but also if there is mud, here you have a better grip. You have the time card pocket for your time card, or as you know, I usually put condoms in here, even though I joke around about condoms, but they are actually useful because if you need to pour out fuel, you don't have a bottle or anything, since it's very elastic and very resistant, you can use it to pour fuel back in the tank. So that's why I always have them on my bike. Then here on the side, you have the carbon texture. So it's a more rigid texture because this is the point where it's easier that the seat covers wear out. So this is the reason. And also because you can move around when you're standing up easier because it has less friction. Now that we are on the front of the bike, we changed the handguards and went with the same as the factory team handguards. So here we have a black plastic guard and the upper deflector in red. These ones, you know, I prefer them to the rigid aluminum ones because they flex a bit, and this adds more protection compared to the OEM handguards that are on the Rally Replica. Furthermore, if it's cold, you have less wind going on your hands. Also, we changed the wheels. We went with the hand wheels with CNC machined hub with bigger spokes and black rim. The reason for getting new wheels on your Rally Replica is because when you go to a rally, you want to have more rims, because especially when you race like in Morocco, it's easy to get them dented and to not break the rim, but, you know, get some hard hits. In this way, these wheels are stronger than the OEM. He bought 2 sets, so he has in total 3 sets that are already with the Michelin tires and Michelin mousse, so he just needs to swap the wheels without having to change the tires in the desert. I think also they look really cool with the red that matches the triple clamps and the frame. Last but not least, I want to speak to you about the windshield, because I get a lot of questions about the Rebel X rally kits. Different to other companies, Rebel X got the bike when it came out and 3D scanned it and then placed the windshield in the same position, same angle and same height from the fender on the Rebel X kits. In this way you can get the same aerodynamics, because clearly KTM does lots of tests and, you know, they have access to all the testing for the airflow of the bike. And what is very important when you choose your rally kit, if it's using the OEM windshield of the Rally Replica, check the height from the fender. This is very important, and be sure it has this air scoop, because this is designed to make the front end more stable and make the air flow properly, to have, when you're at very high speeds, the front end very stable. If this is placed higher, also from the testing I did in the past on the Rebel X kits, or you place it without the air scoop, it can create some turbulence that can be a bit dangerous when you're at high speed. So when you choose your rally kit, just be sure, you know, whichever company you go to has done the research and has placed this windshield exactly at the same height, and that it has the headlight mask with the stone guard, because this is important, so you never get any reflection of the lights inside. Clearly, this is a street legal bike, important for German customers, because German customers have the TÜV, and when you use a production bike windshield and headlight, then you can get it TÜV approved, and that's why Rebel X kits are TÜV approved. Well guys, let me know in the comments if you have other questions about this bike. Let me know if you want me to do an in-depth review with action shots once Pierpaolo comes back from Africa race, as I'll need to restore for sure the bike and put it back in shape. Let me know if you want some more info on all the products. I'll leave the links in the description of where you can buy the ERTF speedo caps and all the ERTF stuff in case you plan in 2024 to take part in an international rally. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!